Before we leave tracing, I made an executive decision here. It's really tough sometimes to determine really what to put in here and what not to put in here in an intro course, but still I do want you to be aware that this can happen. A close cousin of tracing is debugging. And in Visual Studio, we can go into debug mode and step through our code and look for errors and so forth and watch our variables. I do want to just let you know you can do remote debugging. And the reason I want to point this out is because when you're building an app, you're normally building it on your machine and there's no problem. With a web application, a lot of times you've already pushed your application up to the web server and you're making changes to it and you need to debug some of the things that are going on. You don't have to be sitting at the web server to do that. You do have the capability to debug your web app from a client machine. Now, just be aware of some of the requirements for this thing. First of all, you need Visual Studio or VisualStudio.net remote components installed on the web server or the hosting server. So you need one of those two on there. Then on the client computer that you're going to remote debug from, you need VisualStudio.net on that machine. Now you need administrative access on the web server, so make sure that you know how to connect to the web server with administrative privileges. And then you'll need to add the user, your client machine, your user account, to the debugger users group on the server. Now this is kind of a quick and dirty run through on this, and so I would suggest that you go out to documentation and read up on this, but it's really cool when you see it happen. Now let's talk about the steps, exactly what you're going to do to pull this off. The first thing you're going to do is just open the File menu and then click Project from Web, and this is going to tell it you're reaching somewhere else. And then in the Open Project from Web dialog box that comes up, you're going to type the URL of the server. And then in the Open Project box, you'll navigate to the project on that remote web server. Then after you open it, you can set breakpoints and debug it just like you're sitting there right at the server itself. I just wanted to mention this to you so you'll be aware that this can happen. There is no reason to pull an entire application back down, make changes and push it back up and so forth unless you want to, but you can do remote debugging to chase problems and so forth without even having to be there, as long as you can connect across the network to it. So that's remote debugging. Go check it out. Work with it if you need it. Just know that it's out there and it's capable and it's available for your use.